the nice thing about being an angel investor is you forget about half of you. Like, I think Salman and I generally forget about 90% of our investments because they're just not active. Nothing's happening. And sometimes my brother is like, I need some action. He's like, let's go to this business. And we never do this, but he's like, let's go to this business and either say, we want to sell all of our shares, we want to buy more shares, or we think you should sell the business. We need to let's get in the casino and start playing, we don't want to sit on the sidelines. We're like, we want some action. And I remember when you guys were doing your share buyback from your other investors, I felt like there was a little bit of action and that was fun. I wish we had done this beforehand because I think I would have had a very different reaction to. I would have been like, we should be buying some of these shares ourselves. How do you get to a point where you're comfortable running a software business? You're really like, I don't know what the right word is, like an iconoclast in that you're running software and you're saying, fuck venture-backed returns. We want to build this business the way we want to. What is hard about doing that?
A lot of things get a little bit harder. Like, for example, when you try to hire, do you issue stock options? Because are you going to see the returns on those stock options if we don't sell?
Yeah.
As an angel investor for you, when are you going to see the returns for you? And if you're going to run this for a really, really long time and scale this. Yeah. So there are things that are different when you don't take the usual path to a venture returns. Yeah. But I think this allows us to prioritize the customer over everything else and enjoy solving challenging problems for them.
Yeah, let me tell you a couple other things where I think you would struggle. One is fewer people are going to have heard of you. If I can Google Fulfill and see Fulfill raised $100 million from SoftBank or any of the other investors, I'd be like, okay, you know what's not going anywhere? Fulfill. They've raised $100 million. They're going to be around for a long time. So you have to fight the aura of not having an infinite balance sheet, which I think might make not having, longevity, which I think might make your job harder in selling the business, in selling the software to customers.
I don't think so.
How come?
We have an infinite runway. We are a cash flow positive, profitable business. Yeah. That 100 million, the company that has raised 100 mil, they have to raise the next round at an even larger multiple.
Yes.
Those are the guys you are at risk of shutting down. Like DTC, for example, is a graveyard of startups.
Yeah. That have raised money.
And sold to companies that have shut down the product. Sure. How many products do we have? Like all of the ones that I mentioned, Stitch, TradeGecko, good products. Yeah. But not a venture scale return. Had to be shut down. And that happens more often than we like. Like a good chunk of customers that come to us have been burned by software that would shut down or increase prices on them overnight. That's just a really bad landscape that we have with DTC software.
Yeah. I think you're right about the answer. I think the perceived part is that people are like, oh, you've raised 100. I saw a TechCrunch article where you've raised $100 million. This is safe. I'm not going to get fired for working with this company that has raised that. So I think you're right about the actual answer. The perceived answer is you guys might not have longevity because you haven't raised $100 million.
That's right.
I think that's one of them. I think the other one is, and this is a personal thing because I went through it a bunch when I was running Native, which is, your office isn't going to be as nice as a bunch of other offices. You're not going to, before, like people who've raised a lot of money are like, we need to hire 20 engineers today, and we need to hire 20, implementation engineers, and we need to hire 20 more customer service people because we have the balance sheet. We need to go spend that money, and our investors are saying that. And when you walk in, you're the hottest guy in the room, right? Because you have just raised a bunch of money and you have the hot. I imagine Adam Newman at WeWork at some point was walking in every bar and hotel and, Saint-Tropez, and everyone's like, that's Adam Newman. Oh my God. Let's go over there and see if we can talk to him. No one in the world is like, let's go talk to Sharoon. He's running a software business that does ERP stuff that hasn't raised any money. So does that get to your ego or it doesn't get to your ego? Let me ask that as a personal question.
Actually no one gives a shit about talking to me at something like this unless, they have an operations problem. It's also the thing that I'm comfortable talking about. So I think I really don't care. And you're right, from an office standpoint and so on, no one's going to find a ping pong table in a Fulfill office. Yeah. And people who join us also have to work extra hard. We can see, we work out of co-working spaces. We have 3 offices and all in co-working spaces. And we can clearly see venture funded companies right next door to us. And the culture of work is very different from the number of hours our team puts in and the number of, and how they work. It's very different. But I think I'm happy with, this is my life's work. I'd rather be doing this because I don't know what else to do. Like, if not for this and I'd be building another ERP company, I'd rather just continue building Fulfill the way it is. And I'm very happy with it.